Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Welcome to the Love You podcast, where we are here to what?
Give you all the ease.
So we're gonna equip, we're gonna educate, and we're gonna empower the body of Christ so that we can do what now?
Live the abundant life.
Yes, and whatever that looks like, what God has called it to be.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Excited
ma'am.
about that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Looks a lot like being able to actually live.
All of those things.
Looks like being alive first, right?
Yeah, and in great condition so that we can do this work that we've got to do. So that's what we're here for, to be the voice in the wilderness kind of situation.
Are we really pulling that?
I'm just saying, but that's what we're here for, right?
All right, so what are we getting into today?
So you are, I love your name, Yala. And I'm Erica, right? So y'all can know who these girls are on this couch.
Right.
Girls on the couch, yes.
Hi,
yes.
Yala.
And I'm Erica again. All right. So welcome to episode 2, where we're going to actually tackle another important organ of our body that does a lot of work. And, we want to bring attention so that we can give extra care to take care of these parts of our bodies, not just the outside, but on the inside, right?
It's the 2 beans on your back.
Right, them 2 beans, yes. Kidneys, So things to know and questions to ask, right?
Yes.
All
right. So what should we know about our kidneys?
So first of all, to understand what kidneys actually do. So they're one of the major filtering systems in our bodies that helps to remove, excess fluid, helps to remove waste and toxins and those kind of things. It also helps to build red blood cell production. Okay, right, yeah, so that helps to control your blood pressure, actually contributes to bone health and your pH, so your acidic and the alkalinic balance of the body. Kidney does all those things.
And it's funny to me, for it to have such a big function, they're tiny.
Yeah.
Like, you think about how their actual size, but then they have such major work.
They have so much.
They're kind of like the size of a mustard seed. He's like, I'm not asking for much, guys.
Right, yeah.
You just show up with like this much.
Yeah.
But how he takes things that are small and makes big of them. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so we definitely want to put a little love on the kidneys today. And so I know as a practitioner, a big thing that I have come to realize over the years, a lot of people don't realize that their kidneys are not working at 100%.
Right.
Like,
we also hold a TT.
Ooh, that might be a whole different podcast.
Okay.
But we do.
I figured you were probably going to touch on the fact that we shouldn't.
Yeah, we should not. When your body tells you to go to the restroom, go to the restroom, because I'm guilty of that myself with work. Just like, I'm going to do one more thing. I'll do one more thing. And your kidneys and blood are like, hey, we're trying to do a thing here. Help us out. They're giving you signals. Go to the bathroom and release that toxin that's trying to come out of your body, like releasing it, right? Yeah.
But I always think about how amazing the brain is, because you can shut certain you can override certain natural autonomic function,
to a certain point.
Yeah, of course. Like at some point, then your body's like, hey, you don't want to do it. I got you.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay.
But yeah. So and so we want to tackle a big part of the chronic kidney disease portion. So like I said, a lot of people come in, and it's kind of an awkward situation sometimes, because I'm like reviewing labs and going over old things from that they've had before, and just say, hey, okay, so your kidney function is not 100%, and they're like, oh.
They're like, wait a minute, what do you mean?
Right. So that's another part we'll talk about too. But they're like, what do you mean my kidneys are not, 100%? Like, oh yeah, you have some kidney reduction, right? So, and what chronic kidney disease is the body's ability, it has lost the ability to remove the toxins and the waste from your body. And so, it's typically a progressive condition, and it comes in 5 stages. And so I won't go into, all the particular numbers for each stage, but just understand that it goes to 5 stages. But the big point is that after stage 5 is when you end up going to dialysis. And that's where, having to do either the blood or through, they call it peritoneal, where they go to your through your abdomen, or the hemodialysis through your blood, where they got to find some kind of way to remove the toxins from your bodies. And so that's something, if we can help, we want to prevent that as much as possible, and so knowing the risk factors. So I'm gonna ask you a quiz.
Okay.
What's the 2 conditions that probably predisposes you to having chronic kidney disease?
The sugars, the diabetes, and high blood pressure.
And the salt. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So those 2 conditions will lead the way to getting you to.
It's like they lead the way to everything.
They do. They do. Yeah, they do. They do. And I always try to talk about, I give the illustration about with sugar in your kidneys, right? And how, you put sugar in your hand and you wet it and it's coarse, right?
That was such a great, yes.
But remember, remember we talked about how your body is every minute is 5 to 6 liters.
Right.
So imagine this course on a microscopic level, this course, just in the blood, and the sugar that's in there, the content, and it's going through your body so quickly, and so it's destroying and irritating your vessels and causes inflammation.
Yeah, I remember you said it's shredding.
It's shredding, and that's a good picture.
What
it's
it
shredding,
looks like is for anybody that cooks, it's a simple sugar. Mm-hmm. It's making a simple sugar reduction.
Yeah.
It is that to have that sludge just real quick and fast running through your veins. Like that's crazy. And if you know what a vein looks like, that shouldn't be running through.
It should not be running through your veins. It should not. It should not.
Yeah.
And so that's happening, and so that's why it ends up it can lead to having chronic kidney disease where your kidneys can't function fully, because it's causing irritation and inflammation and all kind of things, and so the blood can't flow. And again, another part of the body that can't do what it was created to do because of the things that we're doing to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big part about it. But having the diabetes, having high blood pressure, having high cholesterol, a family history. Some people are predisposed for whatever reason to have chronic kidney disease, and it comes more with age as well, right? Mm-hmm. So the next step is okay, so what does it look like to have chronic kidney disease? And like you just said a few minutes ago, I still go to the bathroom. That doesn't mean just because you can still, make urine and go to the bathroom, that does not mean that your kidneys are not having an issue. That's, early stages, you can still have issues.
That's kind of like going to the those, or if you have a filtration, like a water filtration system at home, or the water filters and these in the what is it, the water fountains. The filter can be there, right? But it is gooky and nasty. It's just not filtered.
Right,
much.
It's not.
But the water's still coming out.
Right, and that's a very good illustration. So you can't correlate just because I still make urine or can go to the bathroom that I don't have issues with my kidneys. Okay, so again, early stages you might not have any symptoms. As it starts to advance and as the toxins and the waste are not being removed, so they're building up in your body.
Right.
So you're feeling sluggish, you're feeling tired. You may notice you're having more headaches. Your muscles can be achy or crampy. You're not as hungry. So you'll have weight loss. And even some people will get a rash in your skin because the toxins, they got to come out some kind of way. So sometimes you'll have a rash. It'll cause a rash.
That makes me think about like in cupping. And sometimes if there are too many toxins, like if somebody's and so they'll have their like a blister. No, you legit have a water blister. Oh, like it'll start oozing out of the system that way.
Good gracious, yes, because the body made to survive, so it's gonna get it out.
It's gonna make it happen.
Yeah, it's gonna make it happen
until it can't.
Right, and so and also swelling. So I know a lot of times people think because their legs and feet are swelling that it could be a heart thing, which it could be. So you always want to get things checked out. But it also can be an indication that, hey, something is going on with my kidneys. So your legs will swell, your hands or your feet and whatever, your ankles will swell. So that may be an indication that you're having issues with your
kidneys.
With your kidneys.
So run those one point by point first, one more time, like one sentence, go.
What, the symptoms?
Yes.
Oh, so headache. weight loss.
Weight loss.
Fatigue.
This is not good weight loss.
Right, yeah, this is a very unhealthy weight loss, yeah. Fatigue, you can have swelling in your legs and your feet and your ankles, and a loss of appetite, okay? And so one more key point, and then we're going to pass the torch. So I want people, when they go to see their providers, a few things you need to know. So what your blood tests and your urine tests, knowing what they call your eGFR, that's your filtration rate. So know your GFR, knowing your blood creatinine level, know what your blood pressure is, and know what your glucose and your hemoglobin A1Cs are, because those will give pictures of kind of really what's going on the inside.
Okay.
So definitely ask those questions when you go see your doctor. Hey, doc, what is this? And I'm like, well, how you know that? Listen, we're giving y'all some nuggets here. So when you go, know your GFR, know your blood creatinine level, knowing your blood pressure, your glucose, and also if you have protein in your urine.
Okay.
That's another indication, because you shouldn't see protein in your urine. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So I'm going to give you 5. High 5. So the practical application of the information that she just gave looks like this. So anytime that we're dealing with disease, the trifecta looks like these behavior modificators. Eat healthy whole foods, exercise,
get away from it,
and aim for a healthy weight. And so anytime, honestly, that we're discussing a disease, you're going to find those 3 things. So it really looks like the moving 30 minutes, 5 days a week. It really looks like choosing foods that are on the perimeter of the store. I said that before. It looks like maintaining a weight that is healthy for your body.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah.
Number 2, stop smoking. If you smoke, you need to choose a different way to handle anxiety and stress, whether that's through therapy, yoga, breath work, exercise. You want to try to make healthy, positive habits to enhance your life instead of decline it. Get enough sleep. That kind of hits everything. Because the fact of the matter is, if we aren't getting enough sleep, that increases our stress levels all by itself. Yeah. Right?
It does.
And the different stages of sleep, which we'll discuss in a later episode, like literally you need all of them so that your body is able to recuperate and reform itself. Yes. It really is.
Yeah.
And so you want to shoot to get between 7 and 8 hours. And if we're super honest, like if we actually kind of hit in those numbers, you feel refreshed. Like you wake up and even if you know that you're going into a stress provoking situation, like you feel like you can take it on, because at the very least you've rested. Right.
Yeah.
All right. And then number 4, limit your alcohol intake. According to the NIH, drinks should be limited to 1 drink per day for women and 2 drinks per day for men. I won't even get into that. Okay. That looks like 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, and 1.5 ounces of liquor. Alcohol consumption increases your blood pressure and adds extra calories. You're drinking your calories. It also causes a loop, because your body's trying to metabolize something that it kind of shouldn't. So it's kind of just like trying to figure it out. And by virtue, those things create a heavier load on your body, and i.e. your heart. All right. Ask your health provider questions. Just like she said, get all of that information and then ask to understand what that means. And then if they don't give you enough information, look it up yourself. And then if you need to, find a new provider. But you have got to be your own advocate. This is your health. This is your body. All right.
Before I don't want to forget this point too, because a lot of people don't realize this. So anti-inflammatories, or what everybody knows as NSAIDs.
Yes.
So over the counter, taking ibuprofen, Motrin, Goody powders, BC powders, Aleve, Advil on a regular basis can actually cause you to reduce your kidney function. Okay. So understand that. People think, oh, it's over the counter, it's safe. Listen, that's a whole different conversation. But understand that chronic use of those medications can actually lower your kidney function. So just be aware. Yeah.
The deal really is to make choices that increase your joy and fulfillment in life and not decline them. So also, like, subscribe, and share this podcast.
Yeah. Get the word out.
That's
Get
it.
the word out. Absolutely.
Because it really looks a lot like pouring into your wellness bank, because wellness is worship.
Yes, I love it. I love
wellness is worship. Wellness is worship.
I love it. Yeah.
So I love you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want you to love you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm just thinking about this part too, about just talking about the over-the-counter pain medicines and all that stuff, right? And what's funny is you're aching and all that, but what can help that is movement.
It's legitimate.
People they want to sit still, right? Because I'm hurting, they want to sit still. And instead of doing it, but you need to help with the pain and everything. You've got to move.
They tell, like, it's practitioners will tell you that if you have arthritis, the worst thing to do is to sit still.
Is to sit still. Yeah.
It literally is.
Yeah.
You have to. I like to use the what you call it, the visual of. Do you guys remember the Tin Man? If you ever watched The Wiz or The Wizard of Oz, my favorite, of course, would be The Wiz.
Yeah.
And he's like, you gotta put a little oil in, right? So you legit do.
Yeah.
So that movement is medicine. So it's like medicine. So if you if you move, it kind of lubricates, and so you're going to feel better.
And lubricate. No, but what I'm saying is your next favorite thing.
Oh.
Hydration.
Hydration.
Hydration. Get into it.
Yes.
Get into it, friend.
I'm like, you get more than 5 a day, apparently.
Yeah.
So the standard is half of your body weight in ounces. But here's the caveat that's been added to that. You really have to be attentive to where you live and what your lifestyle is like, and that also covers how much water you should take. So when people come into the office after they see me, my bottom line is always, after you see me, no less than 64 fluid ounces of water. So that doesn't include anything that you've done prior to coming in, right?
And it's because of what you're doing.
And that's so it can help your kidneys do their job. That's so it can help flush the toxins out, because we've aggravated some things, we've circulated some things, and so you want to flush that stuff out. But water does a lot of things. Like water lubes the colon so that you can evacuate.
Yeah.
Water helps cleanse the body, and if you do actually, and I recognize the body of Christ sometimes has a moment with alcohol, but the fact of the matter is, if you do choose to drink it, you do need to make sure that you are drinking water behind, so that you can help filter all of that stuff out. Water is, and I don't even know how I missed that, like on when I was doing my top 5, but like water is life.
It literally is life.
And it's not just, and so here's the thing, it's not just the H2O, but drinking or eating foods that have a high water concentration, so that you are hydrating at a cellular level, which is, I think, H3O or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And those would be things like pineapppples and watermelon with seeds. Yeah. Please get watermelon with seeds.
You want to expound on that? Why? What's with the seeds? You don't want to go there? Okay.
No, not today.
That's another episode. Okay.
Yeah. But you definitely want to get like that fruit that has a high water content, so that you are hydrating. But I will say this, which this is definitely probably for another episode, but it's kind of coming up for me. Nutritionally, you want to eat in season. So right now, a lot of fruits and vegetables are being harvested. That is in preparation for when the fall comes. You are getting your micronutrients, like your minerals now, that will help you combat things that are coming once we're all kind of sitting around and it's cold and we all close to each other, and then that girl sneezes. Like this is when you start preparing the body for that. Yeah. So that's just an extra little, that's like an asterisk, hit it with you get a little more. But definitely hydrate. So you got 6 today.
Well, and being creative with the water, because people hear water, they are so turned off.
Which is an interesting concept to me.
It is, but people I don't
off by something that is
you need
80%, like, well, you are 80% water. So to be turned off by something that actually is part of the creative process of who you are.
So interesting.
We probably should therapy for that.
Yeah, real talk.
I'm just saying.
So I have.
But we'll definitely get into more of the hydration when we do.
Right.
Health.
Yeah, and I know that with so like I've told my testimony about me and the water. Journey.
Yeah, I need you to go through the whole testimony though.
So like the artificial from the sodas to the artificial sodas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
every time I hit the door. Okay.
Listen. Mm-hmm.
No.
And so
every time I hit the door, time.
What? Anyway,
get rid of those sodas for you.
Yeah, and I was making progress because I was like, okay, let's do which artificial sweeteners, just like it's pick your poison, you know what I'm saying? So I get it, and so I was trying to make the transition, and I'm just gonna tell y'all, and I'm gonna be honest about it, right? So going from those things, which are poison, they're terrible for us, right? And trying to figure out what water or what type works for me. So I went into the sparkling water, right? So is it LaCroix and different water? Yeah, is that what it is? Okay. And then Waterloo and different types. Yeah. When I took my first swigs, I had to adjust in my mind.
Yes.
Because it's not easy. It is not easy. I'm gonna be straight up with y'all and very honest.
That's the neat thing about your taste buds is if you continue
to do it.
Yeah, your palate will change.
You'll adjust. And so now if I try to drink a regular soda, it's too sweet or I don't enjoy it.
She's actually able to taste what that is.
Right. Yeah. And so
desensitized.
Right. Yeah. So there's a difference, but there was definitely a transitional period, and it wasn't enjoyable at first.
We're going to set up an I Know Fund. Go ahead. Fund one of these vacations.
Listen, it was not enjoyable, people, but I understood the assignment that, I know, because when I drank the sodas and stuff and how my skin would break out and all that, but when I cut that stuff out of my system, my skin has changed, y'all.
Amen.
So I saw the manifestation of the changes that I was making. Amen. So even though I didn't quite enjoy the sparkling water,
that part of the journey,
it was part of the journey, but it's part of being intentional. There's no way around being intentional about what you're doing. And so now that I've adjusted, and now my refrigerator I got in the corner,
now I walk in,
just Waterloo and the LaCroix, or how you say it, the brand, whatever. So those sparkling water brand, I understand, whatever. Yeah. So the sparkling waters, and then I have another container where I put actual fruit, and it filters and pour in my water. So fruit infused water. So get creative with it, but just being intentional about it.
Yes.
You got to be intentional. There's no way around it.
Get more bang for your buck. Add lime because of the micronutrients found in lime. Ginger, if you are having some sort of stomach issue, you can add in a little ginger. But don't hate the thing that you're made up of,
and that you need to actually live. You need water to live.
You can go many days without food. I know we feel like we can't, but you can go.
You actually can. You actually can.
The thing you cannot go without is water.
Yeah. So we went a whole 6 segment on that water, but it's important. It is important. It's important. So love on your kidneys,
Love on your kidneys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's loving on you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You really want those to function.
Yes.
You really do.
Absolutely.
Like I've seen when people are losing limbs or if they have to get that is
and it's a difficult life, just to ending up on dialysis and those kind of things. The way
yes, it's
really,
a blessing to be alive.
It is.
You can live.
It changes your quality of life. Major. And so we try, and our biggest thing is we want to try to prevent that as much as possible. So we can walk away from the salt and we can walk away from the sugar, just so that we can have a good life, and hopefully those things won't impact us in that negative way.
It's moderation. It's changing the type of sugar, and then it's moderating how much what your sodium intake looks like. And we're not over here trying to tell you to live a bland life, because we did say abundance. I'm not trying to say you live a bland life. Please believe I'm not about to go live a bland life. But I am going to live one that is impactful to me, so that I can be impactful to others.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's all in love. Yeah.
Well, I love you.
Right, I love you.
And we love you.
Yeah. So,
pew, pew, pew.
Not the pew, pew, pew. Right. We are here for it. Yeah, so any of this
How
information.
do you make a kidney?
Oh, wait.
I'm close.
No,
But you can't. I can't do anything with these fingers.
Yeah, but
like
put that away.
there it is.
Put that away. Put that away. Yeah. So please, you guys, any of this information, any of the little nuggets that you get, share with your family and your friends.
Here's something
spread the word.
worth. Let's find a more high quality word than gossip. But here's something to go tell your friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
This good tea. Hey.
Yeah. That's it. That's good tea.
Oh, she like that. Okay.
Yes, this is life altering.
Yes, it is. Absolutely, absolutely. So spread the word. Spread the word. Yeah, and it's all in love. All in love. So
love you.
Yeah, love you. All right, y'all take care. Love you guys.